Hey everyone, welcome back. This evening I am using, once again, my kill soap. That is Talbot's Mont Ventoux. I have that whipped up in the Creek Road Pottery TSB bowl, whipped up with the Omega Evo. Beautiful lather on this. This is an older base from Talbot. But just, beautiful, beautiful base. And the razor is the only one I haven't used for a little bit, and that is the Starling with the safety bar plate. Mostly because purple, and mostly purple. Although I do have the green open comb plate as well. So, we'll get leathered up and get going. So the Starling has been living in my travel case for quite some time. And I had to take it out of the travel case because I'm not traveling much. Thank you, pandemic. Well, I haven't traveled much for the past 18 months, although I have gone on some trips. Some personal, some for work. But my traveling for work is going to decrease significantly. Well, the amount of work that I would amount of travel I would normally do is going to decrease significantly for work because I have changed jobs. So I am no longer with the company that would send me all over the country traveling. I was there for about 4.5 years, and I'm no longer there. I am no longer in that industry. It was a complete change for me. Kind of a welcome change, actually. Pre-pandemic, I was starting to think, I've been traveling for 15 years. I need to get off the road. My kids are getting younger, or getting to an age now where they notice Dad isn't home. So I've been thinking that I needed to change industries, healthcare, anything. Being a vendor in healthcare is kind of volatile as well. So I've changed companies, changed industries, changed a lot of stuff. So I now have an office here in the Salt Lake Valley, rather than my office being in New York, where I would never go. Although right now the office is still kind of closed and the ships want to go to the office, they have one of the floors open. But there's a lot of things that have to be done before you can actually go into the office and work. So right now everyone's just working remote. Eventually we'll go back to the office. It's a 80+ mile round trip drive for me, so I'm not looking forward to that. Good thing is when you go back, it'll be a hybrid approach. So I'll be driving the office every day. So that's a bonus. Now, one thing that, and I'm still not sure, I was talking to my boss today and mentioned kind of where I lived and how far it was from the office. It sounds like he's going to be pretty lenient as far as going into the office, fingers crossed. I mean, even though there's an office in Salt Lake, my boss is based here in Utah as well. Some of my team members are not in the state. I have one in Arizona. I think you said there's one in Philly, one in, I can't remember where everyone is. I haven't met anyone on my team yet except for my boss. I started today being Monday the 11th. So you'll see this hopefully Tuesday the 12th. So I started yesterday for you guys. But I have people on my team that are all over the country. People are currently working remotely, so I don't see why I couldn't stay working mostly remotely. And hopefully that'll be a possibility. Because they got my laptop last week. Just got access to it today because it said the laptop. But they didn't send the information on how to log in. I guess, making sure they actually started with the company so they didn't send you a laptop and information and that you can take it and wipe it and disappear. I'm sure that has happened with companies that have people all over the country. I mean, with the company I used to work for at college, I know that happened a few times when I was working for them. People would say, they'd accept the job, they'd ship equipment, they'd do a no-show, and the company had a heck of a time getting their equipment back. So, I get it from a company perspective. This ladder's so good. Talbot's is awesome stuff. The only thing I wish Talbot's would do is release scents more than just once. Because they're really good soaps. And this is just beautifully hydrated. It's a little low structure, but nice face fill on this. And again, this is an old base. This is back to Mr. offering it. Their soaps in 3 ounces versus the kind of standard 4-ounce pucks. But so really good. I know they've updated the base one twice since then, and this is phenomenal stuff. Actually, the new stuff is even better. I have Champlain from Talbot's. Haven't used it yet. So anyway, with work, there's potential of some travel involved. Said up to 40%, and that was, pre-pandemic. Post-pandemic, it'll be significantly less than that, so that'll be nice. Although I am going to miss the perks of the hotel and frequent flyer miles. Hotel points and miles. Just means I'm going to actually pay for vacations when we all go somewhere, buy my plane tickets rather than cashing in miles and hotel points. When I do travel, after, I think this year, maybe next year, I'm going to lose my stats with the airline. Meaning no more short lines in security. Or dropping off my bag, and that part sucks. Because once you're used to that, man, it's hard to go back to anything but that short line and everything else. I did tell my wife I'm keeping my TSA pre-screen. I will pay for that separately because that is just too nice to give up. But I'm not going to see constant travel. I had a goal when I was traveling to hit all 50 states. Because last 2 companies I worked for, you could have a project literally anywhere in the country and travel to it. So luckily, I was able to hit all 50 states. And I do not count sitting in an airport as visiting that state. I have to leave the airport. So, I've been to all 50. And not just, hey, I'm flying through, I'm counting this. Nah, doesn't count for me. So I had that on my bucket list, visiting all 50 states before I turned 40. I did that. So, you know, travel-wise, I've done pretty much everything I wanted to do, at least in the US. Being all 50 states, I've been to a lot of cool places, been places I've never heard of before, but still got to see really cool things. Places I'd go back to. Like, I've been to the oldest town in Texas, Nacogdoches. To get there, you fly into Houston and drive for like 3 hours. That was fun. Because flying into Houston is like a 3-hour flight for me. And then driving 3 hours once I got there. It's an 8-hour day just flying and driving, not counting to and from the airport. Or to the airport from my house and waiting in the airport before the flight. So, but San Francisco numerous times. You know, I've been to a lot of cool places. I won't miss that part. I have friends over the country that I've been able to meet up with while I was traveling. And I can honestly tell you, for someone that's done it for 15 years, traveling for work is not at all it's cracked up to be. You know, you get off work, you know, let's say you're somewhere in like Los Angeles. LA has a lot of cool things to do in it. I've spent more time than I can count in LA and the surrounding areas. But you go to work, you're to work like sometimes 7, 8, 9 o'clock in the morning. You work until 5, 6, sometimes 7 o'clock at night or later. By the time you get off work, you want to get food, and then you're exhausted, so you don't go out and sightsee and explore. At least I didn't a whole lot. I mean, luckily I saw a lot of stuff when I was in LA. But if you work 10-hour days, you're not going to want to go out and, at least I didn't want to go out and sightsee. Especially in the LA area, I'm thinking, now I'm going to be stuck in traffic for an hour or two just to go 20 miles. No thanks. But like I said, I've seen a lot of cool stuff in LA. I was able to go back a couple times afterwards, or while I was still traveling. I have a friend that lived in LA for a while, so I went to his house and we would actually do the sightseeing thing. I played tourist. And of course, being a little stubborn. So I did do that, and that was definitely worth it. Man, phenomenal shave. But yeah, so the traveling shaver, not gonna be traveling much anymore. So, question is, do I keep the channel name the same? Or do I try to rename it something else? Let me know in the comments below. I'm kind of tempted to leave it the same, just because I've done this for over 2 years now with the same name. So, genuine, just, and I'm not starting a new channel. Not happening. I'll keep this one. But anyway, man, that was a good shave. Talbot, Mont Ventoux. I love the scent on this. Performance is phenomenal. You saw the lather. It's fantastic. And you can see the ring of death has gone to the point where I'm starting to cut it from the side so I can put it in my bowl and lather, because you can't open this anymore, at least not very easily, because of the little indentation in the bowl or in the tub. But Talbot's is really good stuff. The Starling, still one of my favorite razors. This thing's fantastic. You get the angle right, and it's smooth, it's comfortable. You get a little bit more shallow, and it becomes a little bit more aggressive, but not quite as smooth. But beautiful razor. Love the Starling. The Evo, it's a fantastic brush. And the TSB lather bowl is phenomenal. I love the little bump in the center. Makes it really easy to build a lather. But anyway, I'm rambling now. I'm getting close to 15 minutes. So thank you all again for tuning in, and I'll catch y'all next time.